The following podcast has been brought to you by Audible.com. Sign up now using the URL audibletrial.com/TTV to get a free audiobook of your choosing. We recommend Brick by Brick, How LEGO Rewrote the Rules of Innovation and Conquered the Global Toy Industry. You may recognize this as one of the sources we use in our show, BIONICLE Autopsy. Remember, that's audibletrial.com/TTV. Enjoy the show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Sing.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TTV Podcast, episode 180.
Mardi
Gras!
Will actually be pretty soon. Thanks for that.
What?
I really appreciated that.
The number of this episode is uncomfortably even.
That it is.
It's
Really?
yeah. I'm just totally used to it being like 70s something mid or something. It's never like some.
or 75.
I don't know.
I'm used to be.
It's
I'm used to it being the 70s too.
Yeah, 70s have been going on for a while.
Groovy, dude.
Man, I miss the
How's
70s.
it going?
Those were good times.
like the
Yeah.
You know what they
know,
say
with all
about the
that.
80s.
Woodstock, everybody. What do they say about the 80s?
yeah. What do they say about the 80s?
I wasn't born in the 80s.
I was. I don't know. I didn't know. If we
That
were
is what they
referring-
say.
I don't know if we were referring to the actual 80s or like the 80s of the episodes, like 180s. But this is the 80s now in the episodes.
Yeah, this is.
Man,
We're getting there.
most
Officially
of
in
us
the
here have lived through the 80s twice. Episode-wise, not real life.
I was really confused.
No, like
I'm
Like,
a 90s kid.
You know, time travel, man.
at the very
whole thing.
least, Kahi, Var, Meso, and I have been for like the original 80 to 89, and then we're going to be here for these.
I'm surprised how early on I was in terms of episodes. I came by and like either
I'm
at the very end of
surprised,
single
too.
digits or like 11 or 12. Like I was listening to some old
can't-
episodes just to like.
I can't tell
hear 'em.
which is like a more pressing concern of mine, that I'm more surprised or more disappointed.
I know. I'm disappointed that I had to work with you for 5 years too, all day.
I mean, yeah,
I thought you would have quit on me by now. I thought you'd be like, I can't take this anymore.
I'm sure we would have fired you by now. Like, we need someone that works.
Okay. Enough band. Let's,
Yeah, we need someone who can get reviews done on time.
We need someone who can get a series done on time.
All right, let's move on.
hashtag week of reviews now.
Maybe since it's episode 180, you should turn yourself around.
Turn over.
There's totally an 80s song about
Kahi,
that.
I appreciate you.
Hey, maybe
Epic
since
company.
this is an episode, we should do that thing that we do at the beginning of every
Yes,
episode.
yes. I'm messing up.
Down?
I'm
We already
messing up.
did that.
God, it doesn't work if you guys talk over when he says I'm Messinak.
Well, he's supposed to wait until
You
we're done
literally
talking.
did now, Var.
Well, actually, I waited till after you already interrupted him twice, so you're
Well,
fired.
you still
That's a demerit.
Aw.
Silence.
again.
I'm messing up.
I'm Barteran.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Venom.
I'm Takuma Nuva.
I'm EXX Trooper.
And this is TTV 180. Yeah! Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was almost
3
a sassy
digits.
intro there.
Wait. No, we.
3 digits.
One of them is 8 now. Wait.
You're about
The
79
middle one
weeks
is
too
8
late
now.
for that.
Okay, Ven. Okay.
Alright.
We're almost at 200.
That's gonna be fun.
Yikes.
You
Forget
sound so
Really
excited
working our way
for
up there.
episode 200. Yeah.
We're not doing anything for that, are we?
We'll probably do something. The hundreds
Maybe
are big milestones.
speculation,
Do a podcast. How's that
conspiracy
sound?
theory. Oh.
Oh.
That's a
Oh.
great idea, Takuma.
Doing
I like
something
the sound of that.
different. Yeah, let's go with that.
Well, it's like, I remember it took us forever to actually hit episode 100, and I think we've hit 200 pretty on par with what we
That's because
should.
we had a lot of major delays with that.
Exactly.
Going to episode
Yeah,
100.
like that one really huge delay that was just a giant waste of time. I don't really remember it. I just know, what was it called?
Don't do this.
Bio.
Oh my gosh.
Bio.
I don't know, man.
Bio
Bio.
build.
Right, it's
Three.
okay.
Block.
Let's see.
Block.
Block bio.
Boinkle bonkle.
What did I do to you?
Wonky.
What are you
Well,
talking about? Oh, this is another episode.
Nothing.
This is
That's
a
just
delay.
the truth. That was the truth. That was a
Okay,
giant
fine.
delay.
It wasn't our 6-month downtime that we had, or the editor that...
No,
we didn't have a 6-month downtime.
Yeah.
Busy Power.
Yeah, Busy Power. Remember that during that downtime is when we decided to work on that.
Yes.
No.
But anyway.
Yeah.
We hit episode...
And the only reason we did it because we didn't
hit
have any
episode
audience.
100 about 4 years and a week, 4 years and 2 weeks into our lifespan. And we're gonna hit 200 like 2 years later than that, so we halved our podcast times. That's
Well,
good.
I mean, like, think about it this way: there's 52 weeks in a year, and we've done a podcast every week since then.
Yep.
We've been very regular, so
Did
it makes
we
sense that it'd
every
be 2
single
years.
one?
Yeah, mostly. I can't really think of a time
I
we missed.
yeah,
a
I can't
podcast.
Some
remember
of
the
them
last
have been
one we
released
missed
the exact same time. We have done one every week.
We missed a few after New York,
Toy
Fair.
Fair.
Comic Con, but that's about it.
Or not Toy Fair, Comic Con.
NYCC. That's about it. That's all I can think of. So at most, we're like 2 weeks behind schedule. Life is good. Life is really good.
Life is
but
strange.
anyway.
Life is really strange.
Before we
How's it
get
been
any
going?
further, let's go ahead and do a little bit of plugging.
Plugging, rugging, stugging, plugging, chugging, chugging, chugging.
Chugging, indeed.
Things
Yo!
do in fact rhyme.
Yo, yo,
with
Yo!
yo.
Yo, check out Vessel.com, everybody. We are on Vessel, and Vessel's a pretty great place. You can check out all of our content for free. You can check it out for free if you want. But the best part about Vessel is that we have a week early access for anybody that wants to help support us. It's only $3 a month. You can check out our content a week before it's going to be released on the public access and on YouTube. You also not only get some of our content, but you get all of the content from all the creators that are currently on Vessel a week in advance, or some of them it's like 24 hours access, or 3 days access, that kind of thing. Basically, you get early access to all the content creators on the website. It's really cool. So you should definitely check that out. It's vessel.com/TTV channel.
It's only $3 a month, in case you're wondering, like, oh, how much does this cost?
You
Yeah,
just
it's only
already said
$3. I know, I'm
said
restating it. I'm not like...
I was really disappointed
you're
you weren't
breaking my
actually gonna
plug.
rap.
All right, fine.
You destroyed my plug.
I'm trying because, like, I'm wondering if you
Plug
remember
that I
something.
real hard.
You destroyed.
You built this plug with your bare hand.
You just
I built
just
this
took
plug
it
with my
and
bare hands.
braked
I'm
it.
still not even sure what a plug
Wow.
is.
Tony Stark built this plug in a cave.
Oh, I was gonna make that joke.
Box of scraps.
Okay, has anyone else noticed that Var keeps on saying the things you want to say first? He steals everyone's thunder. It's amazing.
Maybe I'm just better than you.
Okay,
No.
well,
Anyway.
you know what? I think you're just
Anyway,
a
shut up! You're fired. Anyway, the plug. Back to the plug. Vessel.com/TTV channel. Only $3 a month for early access. Check it out, please, and help support the show and help us keep creating shows just like this one. Also, be sure to check us out during Toy Fair week. That's the 13th and the 14th. We're going to be posting a ton of Toy Fair videos in Vessel with 24-hour early access. And you'll be able to check all that out. The second we put it up on the internet, you can also respond to our videos and make your own videos using Vessel's thread system. You can reply to our videos with a video asking us exactly what you want to see at Toy Fair. So it's definitely a really cool thing to try out, and it'll help us make sure that we are covering all the things that you want to see. So check out Vessel, especially during Toy Fair week. It'll be really important to you, important to us, and just a good time for everybody.
Get hyped.
$3 a month.
Var, next time, can you actually rap that? Because I was actually expecting you to rap the entire
Yo,
plug this time around.
that-
Why? Because he's
So,
black. How racist.
everybody go to Vessel.com because we're
I
doing
regret
all the
this decision immediately.
because we're doing all
X,
the
that
things
was
and
a
we're going to
horrible idea.
Comic Con. Yo,
Comic-Con?
but
Rhymes
we're
with
yeah, no,
Vessel.
it's not really Comic Con because we're going to Toy Fair.
What rhymes?
But that's
what
just
rhymes
square.
With,
Oh!
That's just,
what rhymes with vessel? Out of curiosity, like I'm trying to.
I said so to rhyme with
No,
Vessel.
I know that. I'm just trying to think, brainstorming. What could even rhyme with vessel?
Yo, what you mean,
Wrestle.
Vesso? I got a rhyme for you with
wrestle
Vesso.
and
Vessel.
I'm actually impressed by
But
Var's
it is
rapping.
Vesso.
Wrestle.
I'm in a very happy place right now.
Wrestle. Wrestle.
Why are you in
Wrestle.
a happy place,
Russell.
X?
Wrestle
Because
with
Var
Vessel.
just
Go
rapped,
wrestle. Boom.
and it was very nice.
I said wrestle like 4 times. Good grief.
Hey, X, I appreciate you.
I
Loyal.
very much appreciated your rapping.
Oh,
this is
no.
this is a very
loyal.
unexpected joy for
You
me.
smart.
You smart.
Loyal. You grateful.
I feel like I've
Wait,
heard that
are we ever
before.
are we ever
genius.
going to actually explain where this joke comes
if
from?
we need to
or are we gonna be like,
explain it,
No.
or
What
people
explain-
haven't been online
What
enough.
joke?
What comes from what?
no, I mean, listen, I feel like some people are just annoyed.
Oh.
because they
And
don't
I
know.
feel some people can just look it
Well,
up.
some people just don't always get the jokes. That's fine. It's okay if you don't get the joke. You don't have to be mad about
We
it.
know we need
Just
someone
know
to
that
laugh at.
There are people out there that are smarter than you and
Whoa.
just know more things than you. That's all.
No, there isn't. I checked.
You checked to see if there are people that weren't smarter than the audience?
I
Can you Google
double-checked.
that? Or
I triple checked. Oh, I meant that.
I meant that. Anyway,
Okay.
something I am sad about though is with Vessel.
Yes.
We've
in peace.
lost our representative at Vessel. She's moving on to other things.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Alicia.
This doesn't mean she actually
fine.
died.
No.
She didn't actually die.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
She's
I-
not
I
moving
said
on to
she-
heaven. You didn't say that.
Yeah, I
Come
didn't
on.
say that. I said she's moving on to other things.
Yeah, she has a new
Moving on to
opportunity.
other
You
things
never
like
know,
what
man.
afterlife.
Some
She
of the
is- I
viewers
mean,
might
like, I guess she
interpret
would be
that
moving
as
up.
That she
she's
was dead.
moving on to the other
No,
life.
she's not. She's
I
not
saw
dead.
in the chat, and you guys were mourning like she was dead. I was very afraid to say anything.
Well, it's because it's really sad because like Alicia was the
I know,
person
but
that
you
we
made
talked
it
to.
sound
and
like she died. I was just like, oh my god, what's
she was our contact with Vessel, and we always talked to her about like new things that we were planning on doing with Vessel, or the new things that Vessel was planning on implementing, and that kind of thing. All of our business meetings were orchestrated through her. So yeah, it's really sad. She's moving on to other things, and now we got to get a new representative. I'm gonna miss her, Kahi.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss her too. But I'm
she made
looking
working
forward.
with Vessel so
yeah,
much fun.
she made that really
I
enjoyable.
didn't know
I am
she
looking
existed.
more forward to meeting her. The person
Yeah,
who'll
no
be
one
taking
outside
over
of the
for us.
business side of things knew she existed. I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I got to meet
I
her
knew she
once.
existed simply because you guys used to talk about her so much.
Because listen, it's whenever we talk to Vessel, whenever we do something, it goes through her, and it
Yes,
like it's
I know.
crazy.
Laura just said it.
I know. Listen, let me finish. With YouTube, YouTube's such an impersonal site, man. You just put your
Kahi,
videos
you just
up.
keep saying all the things I've already said.
Nothing happens with YouTube, so it's good.
What do you mean? It makes a
I'm
lot of
expressing my
money.
appreciation.
I think a lot of stuff happens with YouTube every day.
Listen, I miss Alicia. Vessel's a great site. Check us out, early access, $3.
Boom. There we go.
Pay us money. That's what it gets down to. We miss our friend and pay us money.
Yep,
Yeah, we miss our
that's,
friend. Let's make some cash off of her death.
Wow.
Okay. So
You can see how rap
anyway,
battles 1 week earlier.
what do you say, guys? Do you want to just leap right straight into the news?
Let's do it.
Because we have a ton
I don't like
to
leaping.
talk about.
We've kind of
a ton.
gagged around it.
The one time we
There's
have
a
a
lot
ton
of
of
Bionicle
news, we
stuff.
just don't talk about it.
Yeah,
It's great.
so let's
Welcome to TTV.
because of our new leak policy that we introduced, I think late last year, we didn't talk about leaks for a while. So because Nuremberg
The
Toy
whole 2
Fair,
weeks.
the whole 2 weeks. I know it was excruciating for you guys, but it kind of flew by for us. But the Nuremberg Toy Fair happened, and just like we predicted, we didn't get a lot of great pictures. But when the dust settled, we do have a few pictures that we can talk about for the BIONICLE 2016 Summer Wave. And that wave, for not future reference, but just so you guys are all in the know, one more time, is Akimu the Mask Maker, Storm Beast, Lava Beast, Quake Beast, and Umarak the Destroyer. So without further ado, I guess we should probably get on with this.
Gotta say, Meso, I really like... I just want to get this out of the way first. I really like how Umarak the Destroyer, he's got like that transparent light blue, and the kind of the dark red and the browns. I'm very happy to see that represent...
He has
Oh,
none
wait.
of those colors.
Exactly.
Exactly.
There was a little point of
It was a
contention.
joke.
Brickset.com kind of became the laughing stock of the construction community because they went to London Toy Fair and they reported on Bionicle, or rather, didn't really report that carefully on Bionicle.
Oh, yeah, no,
and
listen.
Oh no, their report, quote unquote, was dreadful.
It
I
was
saw
garbage.
that and I was like,
the
what
only
is
site
this?
worse than them was Brick Fanatics, who did not say a word about the sets. But
No, the site worse than
No.
freaking Forbes literally mentioned every single Lego line there except for Bionicle. I'm talking about they talked about Star Wars superheroes, Friends, Elves, Nexo Knights, Ninjago, Mixels. No Bionicle. Not even just a mention of it.
Maybe they didn't even know Bionicle was a Lego. Maybe they just, there's their
Possibly.
action
It was
figures.
there in the
That's
booth,
fair.
though.
I mean,
I
personally,
think that's a possibility.
I would prefer no mention versus a really awful, botched, terrible.
Yeah,
that's true.
representation.
That's also
I
true.
can agree because
That was terrible.
It was
They
bad.
gave this
terrible
really, really
report.
small, really quick
terrible
mention of
report.
Bionicle, and then what happened was they later amended it in the comments of that article, somebody else, and they were like, okay, fine, you want more details? Here you go. Umarak the Destroyer is transparent light blue, and reddish brown, and dark brown, and they like said a couple other things.
No, he's not.
We were like
Yeah.
scratching
Plot
our heads
twist.
like, what?
No set matches that description.
Yeah, I've got no clue what they were looking at.
And then,
Is the guy colorblind?
Maybe they thought Lava Beast was Nuremberg Destroyer, because I do see some if you were just glancing at it, you could be like, yeah, that's brown,
where's
right?
the
It's orange.
blue?
It's
I don't see the
brown.
transparent
See,
blue.
Yeah, there's no blue on it. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the thing. So
okay.
it's all incredibly
Yeah.
strange. it's all
Precise
incredibly
color
weird.
scheme that just doesn't fit anything.
Another interesting thing, all of the articles that they had up, and after this, let's go ahead and talk about
Yeah.
the sets. The articles they had up, Lego asked them to be taken down because they did not approve of the detail that they reported on.
Yep. All the articles
all
are now
the
gone.
articles they had, they're gone. So
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Lego did ask them to
For
take
whatever
them down.
reason, and you can speculate about that all day, because typically this has been allowed in recent years, but I guess...
Wait, okay, I've got a question.
Shoot.
Was Brick Fanatics the one we're complaining about
No,
right
we're
now?
complaining about Brick Set. Brick Fanatics
Brick
was the
Fa-
one
Brick
that
Set.
all they said about Bionicle
Brick
was
Set.
4 22-minute Netflix episodes and a simpler story.
Okay, that's what I wanted to criticize, but okay, we'll continue talking about Brick
Well, I
Set.
mean, I was done with Brick Set, if you want to talk about Brick
okay.
Fanatics, because I do have something to say
Because
about
Brick-
that as well.
Yeah, Brick Fanatics also made a report on the Bionicle set, and they had this little line of dialogue where they mentioned how Lego is now making the line even simpler, and in response to reducing the show to like 4 minutes, I guess, or not 4 minutes, 4 episodes.
Yeah.
And I don't really I'm not sure if this is necessarily a criticism of Brick Fanatics as much as it is the community, because everybody saw this line of dialogue. Lego is making the line even simpler because it confused kids. And I guess everybody just freaked
did.
out.
Yeah, I saw it
they
all over the
interpret
place.
They interpret it to mean this year,
Yeah.
and I don't think that's what
This
that
bothered
meant.
me so much. I've been waiting.
definitely
This
sure it's
bothered
not
me
what
a
that
lot.
meant.
to talk
Because
I
about
don't
listen,
understand how
listen,
it could be
the-
any simpler.
Then the show is coming out this month.
Everybody
I guess next month.
thought what that meant was that this year is now simpler because
Right.
people were confused by the last year. That's not what that meant.
It's
They're
Not
just
even
talking
close.
about Bionicle G2. G2 itself is simpler than Bionicle G1. That's what they
this is a
meant.
fact.
How do you know that, Bar? Do you have a
Well,
source
it's
for
pretty
that
easy.
information?
Because this year is already more complex than last year.
It's
How?
By sheer definition, we're getting a 22-minute TV show. That's at least
it's like 3 or 4 times
10
longer.
times the length.
There is already more to this story than there
We're
was
getting-
last year.
That is
much
so
more
cool,
than
though.
just 22 minutes, but yeah.
It's like, I don't even understand how people could jump to this conclusion, because at the time this came out, we were 3 weeks since 2015 ended. So unless you're suggesting that Lego used this 3 weeks to gauge feedback from the story now that it's wrapped, and say, okay, kids thought 2015 was too complicated, and then make last-second adjustments to the Journey to 1 to fit that.
Because, no, listen, the Journey to 1, I guarantee you, Journey to 1 is done.
Journey to 1's been done
1
for
is in the
months,
can.
I figure.
Dude, it has
I
been.
would-
This is
it has to be.
It doesn't make any sense
It's
to me. It's
promotional
like,
time.
wait a minute. It's like people just forgot how Lego works.
They
or
forgot
something.
how long it
You
takes for
put
anything to
pieces
happen.
on top of another piece. That's how Lego
2015
works.
2015 has been done. I mean, 2016 has been done for at least a year at this point. They've already planned ahead. We already know they planned ahead 3
Yep.
years. They didn't just get the statistics for the first year and it was like, welp, guess we're gonna just have to nerf the second year.
Yeah, listen, they don't run.
They already
like,
made the
they
sets
don't-
in the story, guys.
They don't
They're
run a
showing
web
power
show. They're not making Red versus Blue or something, where it's it used to be they would just they listen to feedback after every episode and rewrite the new episode, to make sure it addresses those feedback. That's not how it works. It's not like a web show. It's done months and months in advance.
Yep.
To the point where it's
And then
by the
another
time
thing-
you complain about something, it's only like any of the complaints that we had about 2015, any of the things that we talk about, if people from Muggle listen to this, that's only going to come in 2017, if at all.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do.
Not even then. It'll come in 2018. 2018 is when we'll actually start seeing some real changes because 2017 is still part of that 3-year plan that they've already adjusted for.
Yeah.
They've already
Right.
made
I mean,
those
like
plans.
they can adjust those plans based on.
That, I mean, that is true. They could have. They
make.
make. They
They
can
can
make
certainly
huge
Yeah,
make
adjustments.
small
small
adjustments. They can like
because I
they can
think a lot
say,
of
all right, let's
people-
do a new book. Let's do a new thing in between
The
this
G2
time.
fandom,
They can
and I
make
mean,
that.
in the interest of being fair, a lot of people will say that, well, they don't know how Lego works. They probably don't, because a lot of these people,
They're
G2
new.
is
Yeah.
new, quote unquote. They may not have
Yeah,
necessarily
they're
gone
new.
through G1 like we did. There is a story Bible. It's what it's called, and that is the outline of the themes. Plot, basically, from beginning to end, with all the important details about the world and the characters and their personalities thrown in, so people can work off that and then adapt that into other forms of media. So, they've had, like Forrest was saying, they've had the 3-year plan. They know the basic outline of the story already. It would not be made even simpler after, like, a month of 2015 being over. That's not what
Right.
would happen.
The most that they could probably do is like cut down on what they were planning to do in terms of telling the story complexity. They could cut down the number of books, maybe, but that they were planning to do. But really, there's not much they could change in terms of the Netflix show. The Netflix show, as far as we are concerned, that's it. That was done way before this press release was announced, and probably done before they could get back really good feedback from 20.
Yeah.
Honestly, I bet you a lot of people from Lego were like wringing their hands when we were talking about, wow, we need, I think we need more of this. The animations are great, but need to be longer because they're like,
Exactly.
we have a
Have it
TV
in
show in the works. We can't tell
Well-
them that, but we're working on
imagine
it.
the
It's coming.
frustration.
Something's coming in.
I do feel like the Netflix TV show is probably something that was on the cards, but like they wanted to table the idea until they saw how well the online animations did.
No, yeah,
Because we do know Lego likes to work in like
beta testing.
Yeah, they like to beta test things a lot, like they do with the Ninjago show, and they did with the Chima show. And
Yeah, they'll do
Hero
like
Factory.
Hero
pilots.
Factory
and do
was
that
all
kind of
just a
thing.
beta test for a new generation.
Basically,
That's basically what it was.
I honestly, I truly think that. I think everything that Hero Factory was strictly to test out ideas.
I'm
for
pretty
BioNicle.
confident at this point.
I'm very
Seeing where
confident.
we're going
about that.
with G2 and looking back at the legacy HF had,
I'm still
let's
enjoying
think about
Hero
it.
Factory,
Oh, totally.
though.
Me too. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like it's been reflected in the changes that have been made, and also we now know that they've been planning to bring BIONICLE back since 2012. I forget where that was mentioned, but it was somewhere in the.
They've been working on it, yeah,
they've
it
been
was-
planning
Yeah,
to bring
we
it
know
back since 2012. 2012 was Breakout, which is regarded by many as HF's last truly good year, where it seems like they had a lot of budget thrown into it. The next 2 years were they downscaled on the TV show massively. They like cut it in half. The next one didn't even make it to broadcast, and they were more of a test idea. Like, okay, with the invasion from below, let's do minifigures and mechs and see how that goes. And it was a radical departure from what it was initially. So yeah, you're right.
Rip in peace, Hero Factory.
I remember like when they said they weren't going to do that, and I'm more looking back on it now in retrospect. I'm like, that's probably said to in case Hero Factory did become really popular, and that way we can be like, oh yeah, no, if Hero Factory became an evergreen theme. But I think they also kind of realized too with Hero Factory how much like I don't know how well Hero Factory sold. I don't ever remember hearing it selling like
And
phenomenally
it never
well.
sold very great.
It did enough for what it needed to do. It was really popular in Russia, but
Right.
it never.
Yeah,
was,
from
like,
what we've heard from Lego,
astronomical.
it did its job as supporting the construction side of things
Right.
until BioNicle came back.
And
But other than that, it never like blew out any like sales projections or anything.
1 year
So
ago,
I
you
would say I feel that like they also figured out that too on the flip side of like too complicated the story for kids to jump into, not having enough of a complicated story didn't bring in any of the older crowd, and they needed to find a balance between that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where BioNicle kind of came back into its own. But just simplifying the story as seen of Hero Factory doesn't necessarily lead to straight numbers.
Which kind of bridges back to what I was about to say about just to go ahead and wrap up the Brick Fanatics thing, was just commentating on like how reactionary our fan base can be sometimes and how ridiculous it is. Because like as we mentioned, we're like already like 3 weeks into 2016. Everything we've seen so far from this year's story points to it being a more complex story than last year. There's
Right.
already more going on with it from a lore standpoint, from a storytelling standpoint,
From a visual
even-
standpoint.
From a visual standpoint, even the sets themselves have more detailing and a bit more complexity into the molds than they had last year. So it's really weird that we get into 3 weeks within this year where everything is already more complex, and all someone has to do is say, "Oh yeah, Lego made it not complex." For everybody to suddenly just drop everything and scream, "What? They made it simpler?" Like, what are you? The proof is right there. It's not. That guy could have just said anything, and people would have believed it.
Yeah,
Which is
we're
really-
canceling Bionicle. We're restarting Lego.
Right.
Lego
He could have said that, and they would have been like,
Nazis.
"What?
Yeah.
They're canceling Bionicle?"
This is really a thing too. This also happens with the leaks. Yeah, people will
Exactly.
see
That's what I was about to
something-
bridge it to too.
Yeah, people will see something and then immediate reaction. There's very
Immediate
little delay until they have a knee-jerk reaction.
We've done that.
We've done that, and I am
not saying
so
we haven't.
glad. I am so glad we blocked the leaks from our site this year because, man, the reactions that I've seen
They
are
were.
so overblown.
They were.
But it's a great example. You see, we got a lot of support because we blocked the leaks after people saw the discussion, so they really saw where we were coming from. The amount of people I have seen flip completely on their opinions.
It happens every time.
It's amazing. But let's go ahead and discuss our opinions.
Wait,
I didn't even say one thing.
little question.
No, okay.
What's up?
Make it
Oh
quick,
no, I
Ben.
just wanted to ask, like, back on the whole sales discussion thing. Do we know yet how well Bionicle 2015
No.
is done?
We don't have an exact number.
Yeah, we don't have an exact number. I heard at some point someone said it was selling.
Someone
well.
asked a
At
Lego
the
rep
beginning of the
at
wave.
last year's New York Toy Fair. The Lego rep manning this thing, and he said it was selling good. Not like amazing.
That's pretty good, man.
All
That's
right.
pretty good.
Not bad either.
All right.
That's more than HM.
I
That,
mean,
it's
like,
not Ninjago level of like.
That's pretty much the
Yeah, it's not
only
like blowing
concrete
out-
word we've got, and everything else is just speculation based upon how much stock is in your average local store, which isn't much.
Basically. And local store stock is not a really great metric to go
it's
by because
terrible.
that all depends on
What, one
the store.
That's just, that's
Yeah,
just
it all depends on the store.
everything
Every
of the
store is
entire
different.
world.
But from what, like, obviously it's still speculation, but from what we can kind of gather, it seems like it's been successful so far. Everything they did last year seems to be up to this year. That's usually a good sign.
Right.
So,
At the very least, it's doing well enough that they're willing to commit to some new things, and they're willing to experiment with it, like the Netflix show, for example.
yeah. Honestly, the Netflix show is probably the biggest thing to point at to say that, yeah, last year was a success. Because I don't think they would have done that if it didn't sell well.
And I do think they also know the audience that they're going for with Bionicle is much more likely to watch Netflix as opposed to going on Cartoon Network. And I feel like they've also realized that if they put it on Cartoon Network, most people, including ourselves, would watch it, online the day after it came out because we just don't have cable, or we do have cable, but we're not all around there. So
I don't have
X over you guys.
yeah, I mean it's easy there.
Oh, I've been dying to say this for 20 minutes. I want everyone to just look up, like, the biggest picture of Umarak Destroyer and then just zoom in on his head and just look at him for, like, 5 seconds. And
You're
just
right.
look-
I think I see a diamond on his neck.
No. Look at him. Look at him. He has the strap across his skull, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
Oh.
And then he has the thing on his mouth. He's literally Bane from Batman. He's literally
Oh my
Bane.
god.
It's literally Bane.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Wow.
You can
Yeah.
you not unsee
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I'm
you know
sure
what?
I can
No.
see it if I really try.
Listen,
but I'm
if
going
you
to unsee
painted-
it so hard in 2 seconds.
If you could paint that part black, he would be made.
Yep.
I'm doing
You're
that.
100% right.
I
And also
don't
get rid
even
of the
care.
trans
I'm
neon
doing it.
green, por favor. Thanks.
All right,
Yeah,
that's
okay,
not the
that's
set,
it.
guys.
So,
All right.
I was talking
Starting
about
with
this set.
Umarak the Destroyer.
these
Let's start
sets are
small,
really
I say.
interesting
Build a way
here.
up.
Let's start
Build.
off with Ikimu, the Mask Macker. Because this guy is quite polarizing amidst the fandom.
Here's my first initial thought. We get the mask
blue,
maker and the skull grinder set, and everyone's
ba-da-ba-da.
like, what the heck? I thought he was going to be like Toa size. He's protector size. And we're like, well, no, now it makes sense. Now it's Toa size, and now I want it.
Yep. It doesn't make much sense. There are two options.
I'm sure it
Two.
will.
It makes me afraid because how are they
Roids.
how are they gonna make something next year that's even more transparent with even more gold? I mean, how are they gonna go?
It's gonna be like Umak the Destroyer size. It's gonna be made of like literally clear plastic. Like it's just gonna
Nothing
be
but clear.
transparent
No,
plastic.
you can't even see
You
them.
can't even see it.
It just goes.
It's just like a
through.
mirror.
Yeah. Like on Toy Fair, they're just like they just go through and they're just like, oh, there was no bionicle hair. No, you can't see it. Everything's transparent. You don't understand. It's a new generation. You need like
That'd be
special
really
glasses
trippy.
to see
Because then
them.
you'd
Except
still
for
be able
Brickset,
to-
who's gonna report that
Bricks
it's, all,
will be
it's
like,
completely
it's
brown.
purple and black.
You'd still be able to feel it though too. Like,
And then like Brick Fanatic's gonna go, they brought back turquoise, guys. Everyone's gonna flip out.
I want turquoise and purple.
you mean teal?
So,
Oh,
the main controversy with Akimu, obviously, amidst the community is his transparent light blue. Specifically the mask. Everything else is whatever. It's mainly the mask that people have issue with.
Not a
Yeah,
fan
I
of
think
the
it looks
mask.
pretty cool.
I
I don't like the
I don't get why do people have an issue with the mask though?
Okay, so remember how I explained it?
Yeah,
Remember
I
how
don't get it.
I'm going to explain it to you again, okay? Here's the thing. Here's the reason I don't like this Akimu set, and I don't know. To me, this
Here
is
it
like
comes.
it's not that big of a deal, but it is a deal for me, and I can't ignore it. Right? So when I look at Bionicle sets, they usually have two different colors, a primary and a secondary. Usually these two colors are layered in a way that it makes sense. You've got your primary color that has the main coverage and your secondary color, which is like an undertone. The way I see it is that usually the undertone is kind of like the skin, right? You got like your skin on, and then the armor that covers it is your primary color. The reason I don't like this set is because it uses both the primary and the secondary as exterior armor. It's not really layered except on like the legs. So it gives this weird impression, especially since the mask is using the secondary color instead of the primary, that he's kind of just got full frontal nudity right now. He's just like, he's just, it's not layered properly. It looks so strange.
I'm not. I get your reasoning behind that. I'm just like coming from the perspective that I already have a gold mask creation. I do not mind getting a transparent blue mask creation.
Yeah, that's all
I,
right.
I agree with you. As far as the piece itself goes, I think it'll be really cool to have. I just don't think it looks very good on this set.
That being said, I don't know why didn't like the last time they had two masks. You know, for Ikimu, they had the kind of protector mask, and then the mask creation. I don't know why this thing included golden mask.
Here's what
creation.
I don't understand. I guess as far as the part is concerned, it's really cool to have this fully transparent mask, but what I don't get is why didn't they just do like the molding half and half thing that they've done with every other mask this year? Why couldn't we get like a golden mask with like transparent light blue at the top? I think that
they didn't do that.
That would.
Hate that.
I mean, like, I technically wouldn't want that because I think this is better as far as the piece.
It would make
but like
the
I said,
color
I feel like
scheme
that would look better
It
on
would,
the set.
No argument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
honest.
I look.
Go ahead.
Okay, just my theory. I mean, I look at this. You know, he's got all this like a lot more transparent blue, and he's bigger and everything. I can't help but feel like this is supposed to be some sort of like astral energy form or something like
Yep,
that.
that's my head
I like
canon.
Messo's
I don't want to
theory.
say he's a ghost, but he's got like some sort of beefed up energy form or whatever.
completely
so he's not,
agree
like,
with you.
Completely quote unquote soft.
That's the best way I can
Yeah.
interpret
Oh my
this,
gosh.
to where I can buy the
Yeah,
color
that's-
scheme.
Chemo, get him now!
That's what Messo told me that after I made the full frontal nudity rant outside of the podcast, and I was like, you know what? That's actually a pretty good explanation.
the
That,
fourth
I
wall.
could-
They go with that.
that
I
makes
don't know.
sense. That makes sense. Yeah, if they go with that, that makes sense. I could kind of forgive the way the set looks if that is
Wait.
the story reason for it.
The story reason being full frontal nudity?
No, the story reason. Were you just not listening at all?
No, I'm sorry. Everything got mixed up.
Yeah, to be
The sto-
honest,
the story reason being that he's kind of like this astral projection, or like he's got
okay.
some kind of like energy pouring out of him. That which explains why the mask is what's clear, because it's like energy pouring out of the mask into the rest of his body.
so clear. Get it?
And that
clear.
and that might also explain why he's so big too. He's not protector size, because like the body is kind of made of energy.
He's
right
on
now.
bioneroids.
I would like to
basically.
think
He's on
after
T, man. I'm
Kimu
telling
just
you.
woke up after like thousands and thousands of years, he would need to like rest and recuperate. So rather than go fight himself, he creates some projection to go fight with the Toa while he stays in the ancient
Oh,
city.
interesting. So you don't even think this is him at all?
I think it's a remote control thing that he sends out from the ancient
Max
city.
Loss 2.0?
Pretty much, yeah.
Now that would also be interesting. I
That
don't
would be
think
kind of
Yeah, I do.
cool, but
I think that'd be really cool too, though.
Neat in concept, but I wouldn't want to.
I would prefer it
One
greatly
more-
over Ikimu getting stilts and becoming super big for no reason.
Yeah, me too.
Can we? Can I just
Akimu XL.
before we wrap him up? I just want to remark because no one's mentioned this. The mask you get with him, I like that. You get a black and orange, I think.
you
Yeah.
get a
Mask?
black.
Oh, yay.
It is a
Black
very cool
and
mask.
transparent
Yeah.
orange.
Yeah.
Just what I always wanted.
But listen, that mask looks very cool.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It looks
It
cool.
does.
Yeah,
That's a very cool mask.
yeah.
But isn't that an Umarak mask? It doesn't seem like it would fit on the existing Umarak the Hunter set all
Yeah,
that
I don't
well.
understand.
No,
why
it's for
colors.
mocking potential.
I don't
For mocking-
understand why
I mean, yeah,
it's
for
here.
mocking potential,
Story of
sure,
every other
but-
spare mask included in this wave. It looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the spare
To some
masks are weird.
people.
I like it though. So
I gotta
More
say
Bart.
though, like, I kind of wish they had just taken that and made a mask pack because we have all these different mask recolors, and I don't exactly encourage the idea of mask packs costing $15.
I mean,
Yeah, I get you.
understand.
I would love
Fair
any
enough.
of these masks in any colors just for mask potentials. I think they should bring back
Me too,
the mask
totally.
I would
packs.
take
No, dude,
literally-
I've been wanting mask packs
Mask
back
packs
for like
are
the
cool.
longest
conversation.
time.
I
We can
would-
talk about them
Yeah,
for
I agree,
half
I
an
agree,
hour,
I agree.
And
That
we have
is another
sets to
I got a
talk
couple
about.
other.
Okay.
I have one final complaint about Akimu.
All right.
It's me short. It's just I also do not I hate the printing on transparent blue because it makes the gold look green.
Yep,
really
agreed.
gross, ugly.
It's
green.
like it's kind of a similar issue I had with Onua, but not because of the melding, but just because the gold makes it look a weird not gold shade.
It's a weird bronze.
Yeah.
Bronze.
Also, Akimu looks like I think he's probably our first hero set with green
Yep,
eyes.
he is.
Oh wow.
Wait a
Is that green?
second. No way. Oh snap! And is that the old ice stock or the new one? I can't tell.
It does look like the old one.
Yup.
What?
Interesting.
Yeah,
That must
no, it would
be-
make sense for it to be old, be
Really?
the old one because if
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
did
Ben
do
has
the
a
new
good
one
point.
in green, you'd probably see it in more sets. You're not just
No.
gonna keep it to
Now
one
that
set.
you guys mention it, he also is not looking. It doesn't look like he's using the PC unification either.
Yeah, no, my one issue
Yeah, he's
with
not.
Ikimu is that he doesn't really use too many new molds.
Nope, he doesn't.
He kind of looks like a
He's
mock.
like the
He's
Umarak
got
of
a
this wave.
grand
You don't get
total.
new-
When
lot
all
new
is
stuff.
said and done, Umarak has one new piece that we can see, and it's the new crystal piece that all the sets share. Sorry, Umarak, sorry, my bad. Ikimu has one new piece, and it's the crystal piece. And other than that, he
Yeah,
has
yeah,
two
and then
new
everything
colors.
else is just like not even from this past year, just
Some
I mean,
stuff is.
past year in a sense of the theme. But I mean,
Ikimu looks to have
everything
one
you
soul.
see on Ikimu was pretty much available last year.
Ikimu looks to
except
have
for
one
the
soul
new
saving
recolors.
grace, and it elevates him above a lot of sets in the wave, depending on your perspective, and that is he has both gear functions. He's got the waist function and the gearbox.
Also, his shoulders are in front of his arms, which is really weird. The shoulder armor.
Yeah, shoulder armor.
But we should wrap up Akimu here because I think we roasted him more than
I
enough.
haven't said a gosh
Should we-
dang thing about him.
Oh, well, okay, LJ, do a quick one. Go for it.
Obviously, I don't like that the shaft on the hammer is too long and the upper half is too short. I'm not a big fan of the mask. I like that we have it. I like that we have recolors. I don't like the prospect of it existing though, because I really liked the uniqueness and the specialty of having one of the masks of power just exist. And I don't necessarily like the fact that they're going to turn this into an Evoke situation. I don't like the color scheme all that much because of Var's reason. I don't like the printing all that much because it's weird. It's like on one side he's got a pouch, but he doesn't have a pouch because he's got
It's not
those
really
straps.
good printing.
It's yeah.
It's all right.
Meh.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's really simple. It's more 2015 than it is 2016.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of that shoulder armor design, and as Ven pointed out, I'm not a big fan that he doesn't use a lot of new molds or a lot of that's like something new. However, I do like the shield on his arm. I'm eager to see how they connect that.
Buckler.
And I do like the fact that they are using an eye color that is not blue or orange.
All right, final rating from 1 to 10.
I'm not doing armature
not relating to
ranking.
lore, just as a set.
We're not gonna do that. Shut up.
No, I just wanted
Listen,
to sell to LJ.
we're not going to do this because in about 2 weeks, me and Vi are going to see these sets in
Yeah,
person.
I know. It was just the first impression.
just-
from
One
LJ.
thing
know,
that
but,
LJ
like-
pointed out that I didn't notice before is that it looks like Akimu's shoulder pads are like in front of his shoulder.
That's what
I
that's what the
just
gear box
mentioned
will do
that.
for you.
Oh, did you say that? I didn't hear
mentioned
that.
that.
It's because
Sorry.
Akimu, I think. Well, no. What am I saying? It's a stupid thing to say. Never mind. I was gonna be like, he uses the old torso, so he's covering open ball joints, but he doesn't. He uses the
And
Star
why
Wars
is his
torso.
shoulder? Why is his hammer thing gunmetal? There's nothing else gunmetal. But yeah,
Yeah.
let's go on
I mean,
another
it-
tangent.
it's a weapon, so I don't
To
care.
that same degree, there's nothing else black, so...
The hammer's
Doesn't
stupid and
necessarily
it sucks in
conflict.
comparison to his last hammer. Anyway,
I like the hammer.
Lava
that's
Beast.
Next, please.
Okay, so I want to
Bring
say
it.
something real fast. This set, amongst the community, has made the largest, quickest turnaround in like, opinion
Since Liwa
that I've ever
2016.
seen in the community. Well, yes, actually, even in regards to Liwa 2016, because people still like Liwa 2016 to a degree
Stupid people.
because of the
No, I'm
color scheme
kidding.
and what have you. Lava
Nah,
Beast,
man.
when people saw the initial images, everyone hated him. Absolutely, he was the undeniable worst.
And to clarify, we're talking about the leaked illegal images that
Yes.
weren't posted
Yeah.
on the boards.
Illegal imagery, you can't post it on our boards, but you can talk about it. And people talked about it. They hated the preliminary of Lava Beast. And as if we knew what would happen, people love this set. This
Yeah, no,
cool,
I
man.
saw
People
potential
love
in
it.
it when I first saw the, at least like came across it. I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
I knew
like
I shouldn't even
all
like
of
judge
the
it.
sets for this coming wave.
He's
I just,
cool. He's got some problems.
What?
Don't get me wrong, but I also think out of all the beasts, he has a cool aesthetic that he really runs with and makes it work. Specifically,
Yeah.
the
What's with the neck,
hands
though?
are the best part. I don't know about the neck. The neck
So
falls apart.
we're talking about Lava Beast
Yes.
now, right?
yeah.
Yes.
Lava Beast next in line. He's literally the best set of this way. But yeah, go on.
I don't know about that.
I can't look at Lava Beast and just not think of purple stupid Uxar Tillamook. So that kind of ruined this set for me.
What?
broke the immersion.
I
Yeah.
don't know who.
I didn't see it, so I don't care.
Neither do I, and I just noticed that it has horns and stuff, and I just like that it's the same on each side. There's a word for it,
Symmetrical.
and I can forget.
Symmetry?
Yep, it's symmetric.
I really
yep,
like
it's that
how
thing.
he's got this cool head with horns. I actually do rather like his legs, as bootleg as they are. It's like a Glatorian neck on a socket joint. For some reason, that works for me. For now, at least.
And also the feet also has like some extra stability thing going on. And you actually see that on a lot of these
Wait.
these sets, which is
Where's the
something that I just
Glatorian?
It's in
noticed.
another picture, another angle. I'll have to find it. But his lower legs there's a socket
Okay.
joint, and then there's a Glatorian neck connected with an axle, a red axle. Those are his legs.
Also, I would like to point something out, Mesa,
Yeah.
is that if Lava Beast was a Hero Factory set, all these black parts would be
Yeah,
gunmetal.
it's
I
funny
just know
because
it.
it's true.
Oh,
You know?
and I just love this because like there's so little gunmetal parts. I pretty much rate sets these days by how little gunmetal.
Isn't it
it
the
has,
lower
and, like,
jaw
this would
gunmetal,
literally-
or is it
gunmetal.
silver?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the only thing that bothers me. I don't. Why is it gunmetal? Why do you like
What,
gunmetal?
the jaw doesn't
Maybe
look
silver.
gunmetal.
It is gunmetal.
That's gunmetal.
That's gunmetal. It's gunmetal.
I like the jaw. I like the idea of the
I
jaw
like the
pieces, though.
idea of them, but there's
Yeah, I
a lot
think
of
it's pretty cool.
controversy about those. We'll get to that later, but it looks cool.
Because we can't. They can't close.
You know,
The
I think
one
that's
thing that
the
I'm
most
excited
used
about-
word in all of TTV is controversy. I'm getting sick of it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because it creates
The one thing that I
Riots in
really
the streets.
that I'm really excited about though is the the new mold of the or not a new mold, but the old headpiece from 2015, transparent green. It seems.
I know,
I think
right?
that's
That way.
2015 head.
That's what it looks
It
like.
is 100% without a doubt.
We're
the
returning.
2015
We've come
head
full
Yeah.
from
circle
Thank
to
you, Messenac.
Glatorian heads. We're back. And
I am so
I
not
like the
excited
transparent
about
head.
this.
Yeah, I will clarify. I think the piece is really cool. I'm excited about it. I am not excited for the potential that Lego will then replace our gray heads with these permanently. Please do
Listen.
not do that, Lego. I prefer
think-
eye stocks. However,
I
this is
think
cool
it's
for
a
Beast.
necessary evil that we go back to this route and that it happens in all the sets eventually. Because for whatever reason, they
No.
made these heads of the eyes with the fatal flaw that they don't do light piping well. to the point where the eye
take that
stalks
over
are
these
almost
ugly heads.
redundant.
That is
but-
very true, actually.
But that's the thing. That is what's so weird to me, because they've had eye stalks before. The Toa Metro are an excellent example. The eye piping
I don't know
was
why
phenomenal.
they ruined it this time, but they did. So I think that in order to fix that, they either need to remake the piece or just go back to this.
Okay, so is
I think
the Glatorian
Yeah.
neck in orange?
It's
It's either in orange or it's
no,
in burnt
it's
orange.
in burnt
we don't
orange.
know.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
wager
burnt
burnt
orange,
I just like to
technically.
point out that I think it was Logan McGowan on Flickr that was actually the first one to point out that the heads were the transparent.
Well, cool,
orange.
good for
Just
him.
random.
But that is cool.
the heads are transparent orange.
No, they were just transparent. I don't know why I said orange. It just haunts me because Lego and their transparency.
Without
Yeah.
it,
Let's choose.
without a
choose
doubt,
this
the
guy
best
real
part about
fast.
this dude's is hands / blades that come off the back. That's a really cool visual style he has going. So,
Yeah,
What? There
stole
comes
that from
blades
Purple.
off his
blades
back?
off the back of the hands.
What,
back
where?
his hands.
Oh yeah. I like that's one thing as well that I wanted to point out is that if you look at all the different weapons through these series of BioNicle, both G2 and the normal, then you don't see a lot of actual black weapons.
That is true, actually.
So I'm
That's a
really
good
exci-
point.
and they go with a lot of very dark Makuta and dark
Yeah,
Lord
no,
mocks
I've
and stuff.
noticed
So
that
it's a really great introduction to have these in black. Actually, it's for
Yeah, and
mockers.
this piece looks so much cooler in black than it does in silver for Tahu.
Yeah, there's so many pieces that just it would look so much better
You're
in
right.
black.
Huh?
Like
That would
just
work with Tahoe's
imagine
color scheme.
imagine
Is
some
it
of the
black or
weapons
is
on
it
like
gunmetal?
it's black. It's
pretty sure it's
we
black.
I
How can you say
I
that
will
with
eat- I
absolute
will eat
certainty?
this
Because
set if those were
the
black
chin
gunmetal.
is gunmetal, and we can already see that it's a completely different shade.
How are you sure about
Yes.
that?
Okay, whatever. I guess you're right. We're not really sure about anything. man.
Also, dark, clear, transparent, black.
I was
Yeah, the transparent black parts,
there,
dude.
people on the boards have been flipping out about that transparent
black. That is different.
That looks
I like it.
toasty.
The
look
last
toasty.
time
That's-
I recall us getting a Bionicle piece in that color was the Cow in the 2001 mass packs.
Wow.
Yeah,
Thank you.
people
Yeah,
are
you're
like,
right.
man, teal and purple are so rare,
Black.
and yellow too. But no, transparent black is the real deal.
I'm gonna call it smoke black.
Smoke black. So
That sounds so cool.
great.
I'm gonna call it
sounds
Sword.
smoke black.
I'm just
We
gonna
can
call it
call it
420
slack.
Slack.
That sounds way less cool.
All right.
That's because you
Closing
didn't
thoughts
say
on Lava
bloke.
Beast. Go.
There's so much black pieces on this. The weapons, the head, even the chest piece print. This is just a mocking glory of parts, pretty much. There's so much mocking potential in these pieces, and that's just I just like that a lot. Yep.
Okay.
He's pretty cool. I
Yeah,
like him.
Cool. I guess no more thoughts. All right then.
he's pretty cool. I like him. I'm gonna feel bad when I take him
Yeah, me
apart.
too.
I feel like this is the best of the beasts because of the symmetrical build.
I mean,
I don't
I don't know.
think
We'll
could
see
pick
about
one.
that.
Takuma?
All right. Meso? No, LJ.
Takuma?
Takuma?
Okay, someone say
10
something,
out of
guys.
10, great
Yeah,
big
you're not
guys.
obligated to have closing comments
wow.
if you don't want to.
No.
Those claw pieces on the
So-
legs, on the feet, is not in a lot of sets.
Next.
So.
I like Lava Beast.
I'm sorry.
That's
Moving
all.
on
What
to
the
the
blue one
next
is even
beast,
called?
the blue one, Storm Beast.
That's
Who, according to the
Oh,
community,
this poor guy.
must be a fusion between Akita and Mellum. Obviously.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a slightly since I never got to have my closing comments. I want to have
Bring it,
opening
go for it.
comments.
Is it
Storm
about the
Beast is my
arms?
least favorite of the beasts.
I mean, you had like 3 minutes to make your closing
Go.
comments, but all right.
We rushed it. I was like, I wanted like everyone else to go. Whatever. Anyway, I don't like Storm Beast in comparison to Quake Beast. I don't like Storm Beast in comparison to Lava Beast. I don't like the potential that Storm Beast has because he doesn't have any elbows. And Meso, I know that you have this whole thing where you think that like he does have elbows, but I see those as his hands.
I don't.
And obviously he has kind of like a skull basher type function. So that's why he doesn't have elbows. But he doesn't have elbows. And
I
that
think he
really
doesn't have
bugs me.
wrists.
And the new armor piece. Well,
No, he
has
doesn't have
wrists.
elbows. He
And
does
he
not
also
have
doesn't
elbows.
have elbows.
Yeah, he he has wrists. He doesn't have elbows. Not to mention,
Does
the
he not have
piece-
elbows?
No, he doesn't have elbows.
Oh, okay.
Does he have elbows?
The new armor piece is so small. It's on a longer joint. It doesn't look good. He's got the open
Oh,
ball
yeah, that
joints
looks
for
disgusting.
hands. The open ball joints for hands, people. And then the greatest atrocity of all, and I just noticed this on his hands: red axle, blue pin, side by side, living in harmony. What the heck? Look at that.
There was
Wow.
nightmare come true.
It looks like his hands are trying to run for president.
See, personally, I kind of like
Savage.
Storm Beast just because of the dark
Yep.
blue.
Yeah, he needs more dark blue though. I don't like
The
that they
dark
have a
blue
color
and the
scheme.
lime green together.
His
is
color
just-
scheme is it pops.
Yeah, that's a really good color scheme. They need more of that color though. I hate that they have like sets and they have like 2 pieces in their main color. It's like what?
Yeah, these dark blue shells are probably the only reason why I'm probably gonna end up buying this set.
I maybe.
I want to. Yeah, I want to make. I want to make dark the darker colors.
See, I guess I'm just
mocks
crazy
that you
because
just
I
can't.
really like this set. I think he's really unique and he's got a cool function.
I will.
Does he-
If it wasn't for the elbow thing that I only just noticed because you guys pointed it out.
You can fix it though.
I want to fix it.
Wait. Question. What are these guys' functions?
See, that's the thing with the
They
Lava
have a
Beast.
tail.
With Lava Beast, he has the standard waist function. If you notice here, Storm Beast does not use the 2015 torso. I believe, and this is just a
2016.
hypothesis. Yeah, thank you. Is that his function is similar to Skull Basher, where
It
if
kind
you
of looks
look,
that way.
yeah, the arms will like go
Big.
inward.
So it's gonna be like you wag the tail left and right like Ketar, and the arms like go forward.
Yeah, does he have a tail? He does
He
have
does.
a tail, right?
Yeah, I
He
think
has
he
a
has a tail, and it does have another shell on it.
Yep.
Ooh.
Shadow Trip Tail. I don't know this.
Yeah, that's what I
cool,
said.
More blue
I'm not really
shells.
feeling this set.
Oh,
Does have a
Yeah,
tail,
he's got
has
like the
another
most
shell on
unique
it.
function out of all of them, which is why I enjoy him. It's really cool.
Yeah, Var's
I
just
guess.
like it needs
I
more
would need to see the
transparent
function in
black.
action.
Well,
I wouldn't want it
huh.
to be the tail activating the function though.
I do gotta agree. I really do like the Metro blue on the trans green. That looks really, really nice. Other than that, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the set. Something about it just doesn't really work for me.
Mocker's
Yeah,
gonna have to buy
He seems
it.
kind of incomplete. I don't know.
He also looks like a mock to me. He has that
the hands could have been done way better. I keep
saying.
making this comment.
Custom.
I keep making this comment. I mean, no offense to any Lego designers out there, but because I know you all have your reasons, I'm sure it was budgetary. But like all these techniques that are being used, especially these feet as hands, this is like something that amateur little kid mockists did like 7 years ago when they got the Shadow Matoran feet.
Brutal.
That is
Because they were like, I'm
savage.
gonna make
Oh,
like Brutaka hands, but with the Shadow Matoran feet. Oh wait, there's an open socket. Who cares? And there's a mock. It's like, this isn't a good design thing. Vorok's armor and CCBS bones isn't a good design thing.
It is a little
Dude,
confusing to me that they would add another socket to it when there's already a socket. there. Like, why not just put it in that socket
don't
that's already on that piece?
Meso just served the Lego company on a plate. I just want to point that out. I did not expect something so brutal on TTV.
Meso, what if a Lego designer, the guy who made this, the guy or gal that made this, comes here, listens to this, hears that, and goes,
Well, as I already said, I'm sure they had their reasons. I'm sure
feel
it was like, we have no
I
other
feel-
part that
No,
can give
no,
the
man.
claw orientation that we want, and we can't afford a new mold, so we have to use this. Fine. It makes sense.
you
But it
call
looks
budget.
terrible.
This is my theory. There's 2 guys who worked on this set. One of them was just like, dude, I have the best color scheme ever. The second guy was just like, I just want to go home. I just want to get this done.
I just want to go home.
And the second guy was in charge of the builds, and there you go.
Yeah, he's just closing comment on Storm Beast. I've said my piece.
He's a mock. All of these sets are just mock packs. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry.
I don't really like
No.
it. Other than
No,
that,
they're
I don't
not.
know.
Yes, they
I
are.
think the other
Dark
sets are
blue.
far better.
They pretty much are.
I like them.
oh boy.
I will never take them apart.
All
Yep,
right, moving
no
on.
closing
I guess.
comments.
I will
Okay.
take them apart.
We're really bad
Quake
at closing
Beast.
comments. We're really good at just
So
discussing.
Quake,
Oh, I was gonna
Ben,
say
you,
something.
you had your own say anything!
Ben, we gave you a chance.
Oh, you guys were like, oh, is anyone else
Okay.
going to say anything? Nah, no one's going to say anything. Let's move on. Anyway, so, no, I was just going to say, I think he has potential to look good in person, but as it stands right now, he just, looks like mock parts to me.
I get you.
Anyway,
Quake
that's it.
Beast.
Opening.
Future reference when we're all just sitting there going like, so is anyone going to say anything?
Just go right into
That's
it.
when you say something.
Yeah, just start
So
talking.
Quake Beast.
I like this. I like this role of being an opener. I like a can opener. So, Quake Beast.
Yeah, you just open.
Kind of has an Anua 2015 syndrome here, where he's got Protector of Earth syndrome, where he's got the transparent purple and it has solid
Skullbasher,
purple.
too.
That's kind of weird. Skullbasher? Oh yeah, okay. Skullbasher and what's her name? And then we also have those
Corgo?
ugly puke-colored sword pieces again for some reason. He
Those
looks
sword pieces
half
look good.
half crystal, and it's really weird. He's got a lot of black, but then he also has a lot of dark gray. That's really weird. One side of him is a mess. The other side of him looks really good. That's all I have to say.
He has a
Wait, which
trap.
side do you think is the mess?
Both of them are mess. He has a trap on
The
his
left
shoulder.
side, or we're looking at it, the left side, right? When we're looking at it.
His right side, the one with all like the spike pieces
Dude,
and the blade.
Yeah,
this
so
dude is
that's
like
what I was saying, his
it's
left,
like
the one with the spikes.
Bruiser from HF, except pulled off even less elegantly, which I didn't think was humanly possible from a set design perspective.
Man, do you just like hate people?
No, I mean,
Are you just like?
I do not think
serious,
he's
like-
that bad.
I don't think
I'm
he's
gonna
that
show
bad
you
at
a
all. I
picture.
think you're just
Meso
trying
is
to like
the
just.
unmerited
I feel
Look at
marriage
this.
counselor.
Messi was
know.
maybe like
Actually,
wanting the
professional.
new
Look at this set.
TTV.
Tell you about
He's
how
just
it's all-
This set
sabotaging
came
us
out
in front of the
3
Lego
years
employees.
ago, and it has a very similar aesthetic and a unique technic function to boot. And then you look at this dude.
Well, see, the
was a
thing
pretty
is,
good
I
set.
don't feel like this set is supposed to look like clean. It kind of looks like he's kind of got this like
Craggy.
giant like crystal like growth coming out of him. Like
He looks
he's
craggy.
He is
it's like he's been possessed by these crystal formations or something that's like starting to grow out of him. It's like growths or like
I'll-
giant crystal tumors coming out of him or something.
King Boomy put creeping crystal on his right hand.
transparent.
I don't know. I
It's
kind of
kinda
like the idea. The only thing I don't really like about the set is I don't understand why there's this like dark pink mask here when he's got
Yeah,
like that color
that's a
nowhere
friend
else on him.
It is purple.
That's a Lego Friends purple.
is purple,
Why
it
did they
just-
use that one?
I'm
It's
thinking
it's
I'm
purple. It's
thinking
just it
is
doesn't really
purple,
fit
but-
with any of the other colors.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even the color on his chest printing is a different color.
It looks
than
like a
that.
fruit
And that-
snack.
It does. It actually does. It looks like a fruit snack.
Yep.
It looks. It's
Why-
weird to me.
The chest piece is pink. It's pink. what?
Yeah, I don't like the
that
chest
makes
printing
me
either.
dislike the set.
Oh my gosh.
This is like the
'cause,
same
dude,
guy who worked on the Blue Beast.
Yeah, it's like I really wanted to like this guy, but I'm not even joking. I'm not trying to over dramatize. I'm being dead serious. No part of this guy looks cool to me.
Dramatize.
Not from a part perspective, and not from a set perspective.
Yeah.
he doesn't have.
I mean,
getting
he
him
only
anyway.
has one unique recolor
I
in
have
the
to
crystal piece,
agree.
which I hate. And I guess the new head as well, so, fair enough. But only one new purple recolor.
He
All
tries-
the other purple pieces are old, and his design looks like a gappy mess, both on the bulky side and on the non-bulky side. I guess I like the Shadow Trap
This is
shoulder,
something-
maybe. That's my comments.
This is something we saw a
I
lot
don't like the Shadow
in
Trap
Hero
shoulder.
Factory as well, is that they made some sets asymmetrical to make them look more interesting and different, but it just ends up looking like a mess. And I don't see a lot of sets where they, like, all the best sets that I can think of have been symmetrical.
Bring
like
it.
there's something
Yeah.
they need to do
Speak
to
the truth.
like pull off the yeah, like maybe
They need more symmetry within asymmetry. It's just not. They don't really know how to balance it properly.
yeah, and what
Yeah,
is
that's
with
the
the
thing, it's
swords
just not done
on the
well.
back?
Yeah.
Are they like Gatling cannons on his back? What is that?
Swords, man.
I don't know.
Yeah, just
I'm gonna attack you with my
I've
shoulders.
said all I
don't
needed to
like-
say.
What is
You
this
guys
guy?
can have the floor.
Yeah, me too. This set, it's okay. I don't really know what to think about it. I'll see.
I
when we
think it
get
has
to it.
potential to
snack.
look pretty good in person, but meh.
I think all of these sets though are really flashy, and like people will want to buy them when they're on their shelves. Like we're giving them a lot of flack now from a designs perspective, but in terms of how they look, I mean they look different. They look like
They
bad
do look
guys,
like bad
so
guys.
I think
They
they
do succeed there.
yeah.
Just wait,
that's-
this will
I-
be everybody's favorite set once they
Yep,
actually
I'll be
come
buying
out.
the set. I'll
Just
buy
like
it.
Pohatu.
Yeah, Takuma called out
I
right
mean,
here
listen,
first.
I'm gonna buy every single
Yeah.
one. So
I've sunk too far into this G2 rabbit hole now. I'm gonna see it through to the end.
Yeah, I'm buying some of these just for the extra mask you get with them because some of them are really cool.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting
The mask-
to mention those.
I haven't been forgetting,
ugly.
but it's like pretty much all of them. They look cool on their own, but they don't seem like they'd fit with the Toa they're actually.
But
coming
I
with.
don't.
You know what bugs me? What bugs me is
I don't either.
what bugs me is that
I
Tahu's
don't
mask
base my
doesn't really.
sets off like that one.
All right,
extra
you know
mask.
what,
I'm
Buster?
sorry, Ben. No, please, I want to hear it.
I mean, to be fair, X was kind of talking first.
No, Ben.
he wasn't.
Ben,
All right,
please.
so
No,
He was literally saying, I don't, and then we
No,
laughed
he
at him.
wasn't. Anyway, I'm trying to say that Tahu's mask I don't think blends well with the trans neon green.
I don't think any of them do.
I don't think any
That's
of them
terrible.
do.
No, I think Onua's mask
The-
looks
the-
pretty good.
Oh,
These may
on
be
its
some
own,
of the
yeah,
worst
but I mean,
masks
as far
I've
as
seen.
Putting it with the set.
You need imagination. I feel like they have good mocking potential. Like
Like,
it's an
I'm-
infected Toa or something, or like some zombie coming from
Right
the
now,
dead.
I'm imagining someone here.
What? Okay, okay.
Yikes.
Imagine that mask right there, right? It's like blended with transparent green,
All right,
yellow,
let's
orange,
just move on. Screw
and
this.
put it with
Yeah,
the
please.
I
transparent
agree.
head. That looks
Umarak
cool.
the Destroyer.
So Umarak the Destroyer, man. Destroy me.
I don't like the fact that you have to build part of his
I had a
mask.
good point.
Poor X.
Dude,
I
your
feel
point
bad.
is so dull you might as well shove it in a sharpener.
No, if you put like a mask that's half transparent on a like transparent light.
I hate
Umarak
Norwegians.
doesn't
No,
come with-
anyway, man, this color scheme is pretty crazy.
Yeah, Umarak, man. Yeah.
What did you say?
Oh man,
Did he say caboose?
Umarak the Destroyer is an absolutely amazing set.
I think he's pretty great too. The one thing I will say that from this picture, it doesn't really serve him justice. There was another picture I saw of these sets at Toy Fair, and it was kind of like a picture of the entire section itself. Umarak is a big set. Like, he is really, really big. I don't know if it might just be from the perspective of that picture.
Yeah,
I might
they're looking down.
need to see him in person, but like, I mean, he looks like one of our bigger titans.
According to
that we've ever gotten,
Brickset,
so
don't know how reliable they are, but Brickset says they measured him. I think they said, was it 30? It was 30 something, but I forget the unit of measurement it was.
Like, I think it was.
Yeah, I
30
think it was,
centimeters?
and that is Grievous height supposedly. So
30 inches.
there you go. So yeah, that is definitely one of the bigger, especially for Bionicle, one of the biggest Titan sets we've gotten.
I'll give them props for a unique build. They went crazy with this
They
set,
did.
and I like that. They put gear functions in his hands.
the current running theory
That's
is
cool.
if you pull back on
That's
the skull
really cool.
armor, it like acts as a lever and the hands move, which is pretty cool.
Huh.
That is really cool.
That is
I think
cool.
this set looks very, very cool. He definitely evokes the Grievous vibe,
Yeah.
but with Bionicle,
Yep.
and I think that's awesome.
I also think that like this set actually looks like it would pose a threat to the Toa. Out of all of
Yeah.
these, he's the only one that looks imposing.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's
All
the only
other sets
villain
are like
set,
small and
honestly.
stubby.
That
Exactly.
looks like an actual villain.
I agree with you, Kali. Out of all the villains we've gotten for Bionicle G2, this is the only one that looks like he'd be any kind of threat.
Even Skull Grinder, like smashing all the 6 Toa.
This guy
this
could
one,
pick
I'm
up
like, if I
Skull
saw this, I'd
Grinder
be like,
like
this
snap
guy.
over his knee.
Like
Yeah,
you thought
this guy-
Onua was like pretty big. This guy could just power
The
over
one
him.
Yeah, I have hype
one
for this set.
complaint, which
Yeah,
I
this
have,
set's
and a lot
really
of
cool.
people have, is trans neon green as opposed to trans bright green or even trans yellow. It's not only a color scheme departure, but a lot of people were hoping for trans yellow, and they did not get their trans yellow. So
What if
the
it was all
tiers-
black?
All black
All
would
Rest in
transparent
peace.
pieces
all
were
black would
black.
be
People's
too,
hopes and dreams.
too bland, I would think.
I will say that I'm kind of with you there. I do kind of feel like this is a bit too much of a departure from the Umarak we got last wave.
Yeah.
I feel like there's not a lot other than name to connect to these two together. That they're
Agreed.
even the same person.
Right.
Yeah. If anything,
So
this
that
looks
that
like,
is a little
this looks like
disappointing.
Umarak's boss.
yeah.
Yeah.
I,
Get back to
obviously,
work.
I get why they chose like the trans neon green though, because obviously that's the theme of the Mask of Control. That's the way its power looks. So it's it's infusing all of its power within Umarak, that kind of thing. I just wish this looked a bit more like Umarak the Hunter. so that
Yeah, because he has a
there was
different
that
color
visual
as
cue.
well.
I miss the
Yeah, I mean,
antlers.
Yeah, I miss the antlers.
I will say because
Just really anything. The only thing that's really carried over is the
because
the
I
shoulder
have
pads,
been
and that's it.
bashing on the designers a lot, I will say I will give them credit where credit is due. They did try their hardest. They gave him the ribcage torso, even though all the beasts use that. They did give him the shoulders, complete with chain dangling off his right shoulder, and the legs and feet
That's
are
true.
vaguely similar, if not exact. But I
That's
still
true.
don't think it's really enough, but I mean, like, credit where credit is due, they tried. I guess.
They
Gold
tried,
star.
yeah. That's true. That is true.
Yeah, they did. Oh, okay. I feel like the difference between these sets is like the Umarak we got this wave for for winter is like kind of like teenager Umarak, and then this Umarak is kind of like
This Umarak,
but you're trying to date his daughter. that's
What?
that's the difference. Like one's just like a scrawny teen, he's like kind of skinny, he's got the huge antlers, and you're like, oh, he's kind of dorky. And then like this is just years later after he's married, and you're trying to date his daughter, and you stop by his house, and he has like the giant claws, and he's like, you better bring her back.
Get
And
buff.
you're like, yes sir, yes sir.
Get buff in 3 simple steps. Doctors hate him.
I will say that while this set has the more intimidating look, I still feel like Hunter had a creepier look.
Oh yeah.
He looks
definitely.
he looks so unique and so creepy that I feel like the villain aspect works a bit better for him. This guy just seems like he'd be a raging brute that would kind of just walk
Umarak
around.
the
and
Hunter,
destroy
I
the
really
place.
He's
like
like
because he
Umarak
was
on
one of the
Super
most
Soldier
unique
Serum.
designs
It really
ever.
does. It really does personify the name. It's Umarak the Hunter and then Umarak the Destroyer.
Yeah,
Fair
I,
enough,
love,
you know?
I like
That's
Those parts, so there's
I like that character development though in the sets themselves. I like when the sets tell a story in and of itself.
Yeah,
He
and I
was
will
first a
say,
hunter. That's cool. I like that. They haven't done that much before.
yeah, I agree with you, and I will say that I gotta say, I do think that being with G1 and G2 now, that I think I might prefer the idea of having one single centralized villain with a bit of lackeys or something versus having 6 clone villains.
Oh, definitely.
That we
Oh,
used to
yeah,
got
totally.
for G1.
100%.
I think having 2 waves of one villain that's been like evolutionized is kind of a cool concept. So
Although,
Real
otherwise,
quick.
these big villains are just being defeated right away in order to make room
Exactly.
for the next wave. It's like it's
Exactly.
hard to make them all that scary and imposing when they don't stick around.
Hi, Loss.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
One
Poor
thing I
Loss.
noticed that kind of bugs me a little bit. Original Umarak the Hunter has these size 5 shell pieces on his
yeah.
upper legs. I think that's size 5, right? And then Umarak the Destroyer downsizes
I didn't notice.
those
I'm gonna
into
notice that
Yeah.
every time I look at the set now. Screw
Yeah,
you,
listen,
man.
that's what happens when you skip leg day.
Yeah, man, he skipped leg day. His thighs are gone
His
forever.
thighs are like
Wait a
tiny,
second.
but like he is bulked up on the chest.
Wait a
Look at that.
second. here.
It's like Onua. You got
Everybody's
nothing on
been
me.
saying
Other
there's
than that-
new Okay, never mind. There are new recolors. I was about to go crazy. Go on.
Yeah,
my only other complaint about this set is that the horns, I see what they're going for.
It looks like
I-
it's supposed to be like the Mask of Control, only kind of
Supersized.
Yeah, supersized. I
Why?
feel like that illusion is kind of ruined with the black.
That was going to be
pieces
my big
here.
question. Why is it connecting with black pieces instead of just more gold?
Yeah.
They should have been
Yeah.
pearl
Yeah.
gold.
Stuff.
And I thought I would never say that I wish a piece was pearl gold. Jesus.
I guess they would have to recolor it, but it's just like those black pieces really do kind of ruin.
I would have gladly
the visual, like,
forsaken
yeah,
like,
yeah,
the,
the-
transparent
the-
neon green shoulder armor, the new crystal piece. They could have made that, I don't know, dark black, like transparent black, like on Lava
They
Beast,
could have
and
made
given
it.
us that recolor
They could have made
instead.
it smoke
Yeah.
black.
That's okay. I was just thinking that, like, if they had made the Mask of Control where it's melding into like the green piece, if they instead made that like smoke black, then that would look a bit better as
That's
it goes
also
into
true.
that black
That's also an idea,
railing
but
and into the gold. Obviously, that wouldn't really conflict. That
I
would
was just
kind of
going like
conflict
I'd
with the green,
sacrifice the
though.
crystal piece recolor for the Technic recolor.
I'm just happy we're getting Bane as a set, to be honest.
Why are we getting the green in the mask
know.
at all, though?
I know, that's not what I
that's
that's not what I was
the
talking about,
potential.
but that's questionable too.
That's the power of the mask. That's like
Yeah,
the
but
mask
just that
is
one little bit.
energy.
It looks like he's got like those old people hair where it's just the 2 tufts of scraggly hair on the side. That's what it looks
Right.
like to me.
Yeah, and I think once
It
again
looks like
that's
old
part
people
that's
hair.
that's part of the black pieces right there that they've used for the horns that kind of ruin the immersion, because like you can kind of see like those are the beginnings of the horns. It would make more sense if the black pieces were either green or gold, but as it stands being black, it really ruins the visual like flow of the horns. So I really like what they were going for. I just don't think it turned out great.
It disappears into the set. You have the mask, and then you just got like sort of this void where all of a sudden just like these
Exactly.
two gold horns are popping out of nowhere.
It's very similar to his chin. I feel like a lot of the attention is taken off of the lower jaw because, it's on the mask. You see the bright gold mask. And then there's the chin, and you kind of only haphazardly remember.
It's not as noticeable, the jaw piece, as it is with the creatures, or the beasts, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It looks really tacked on, but... Yeah, I like the set. That's all I can say.
Really
I can't add anything new to this.
Yeah.
You know what? It would be a fun exercise sometime.
The thing with the mask, though, is that it looks like the king from Katamari, and I can't unsee that. I'm sorry.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He linked it in the chat.
Just look in the chat. It's from a Japanese game, and that's
Wow.
just...
You know what?
I don't get it at all, but if you say so.
Yeah, right.
I have
Something
one
that
question.
would be interesting for us to do some point in time is for us to go and we're all most of us at the least can do like mocking at some point. We should have a thing where we just sit down and try to create a wave for the next line, because I feel like for us it's really easy for us to be like to critique something after it's done. I wonder how we would do. I wonder how we would do if we had to literally sit down and create something like a Lego designer.
That would be a really cool thing.
It would-
I like that.
yeah.
That'd be an
Each make
interesting
one set
experiment.
for a wave.
Hey,
Yeah.
Lego, if you guys are listening, if you want to do some kind of like cool challenge thing where you sit us down and give us a budget and a certain amount of parts to work with and make a set, that'd be a pretty cool video.
Yeah, that'd be a great video.
And don't send any gunmetal parts!
You could send whatever you want,
I'm
make a great video, do
transparent.
some pretty cool advertising.
No,
you know.
I love transparent
Actually,
parts.
that could almost be a cool series. We should
Honestly,
think about that.
Yeah, no, I think
Really cool.
that'd be a really cool
We
series.
should
if we could
figure
get
out
that together.
a budget,
Right.
how much the parts would cost, and then make a set.
Right.
I think we
I
should
have two-
each
I'm
make
down.
like one set for a
That's
wave.
a really good
Come up with a
series.
good
I'm
Yeah.
down to try that.
Well, because
come
like,
up with a-
we talk about this all the time. Oh, why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do this? And we don't know how it's
Let's
like
do
to have
it.
a budget.
Let's do the
Why not?
thing.
That's a great idea. We're gonna do
Anybody
that.
have
Yep, that's
any
happening.
closing
Wait till
comments
I get my
on
sets.
Umar?
Two more things. One, there's a chain thing under his
Yep.
right shoulder, or
It's
when
a
you're looking at
carryover.
him right
We've
now from
already
the front
pointed
to the
that out.
left. I don't know where that's from. Also, LJ, do you think that's going to be stickers or printed?
Stickers, and I
Stickers.
really don't like it.
It was a sticker for Ottawa 2015, wasn't it?
Yeah,
The sticker,
Yeah,
the
so it's gonna
art
be
style
sticker
looks
here.
really bad on this, actually, compared to prints in the past, actually.
Not a fan of it. It's asymmetric. It looks kind of generic.
There's a lot of thick black lines.
It
too.
reminded me at first of Onua 2015 stickers, and I know it's going to be stickers because that part's never been
Yeah.
printed.
All right. Well,
Well, I wanted to talk about Journey
I wanted to
One,
talk about how
but,
the beast's lower jaws don't
I
move.
mean, what is there to say
I wanted
besides
to
we
talk
got some
about the
character
sets.
videos and it's coming out
I can't believe
sometime.
it's not better.
Listen, I think it's good that we don't talk about Journey to One right now because we have plenty
Yeah,
of things to talk
exactly.
about in the future.
that's
We don't
true.
want to go through every
Next
single
time
topic. in one
on
episode.
Hey, welcome to this
TTV,
episode.
Journey
We
to
have no
One
news.
and the beast's jaws don't move. The great controversy coming next time.
There's that
Basically, all
word
right.
again.
Here's what we should say before everybody leaves and this episode's over with. If you guys right now have something that you're curious about the set, if you want to see how a certain piece is built, if you're curious about stuff like eye stalks or gear functions or what have you, post that in the comments so that we know when me and Var go up, what you guys want to see from these sets. Because you're seeing pictures, you know, that kind of thing, but you want to see something more. Let us know. We'll pay attention to that when we go and we do
guy,
our
Kai.
videos by ourselves. I mean, I mean, we are going to be a little late. There are already images out, but we can deliver something that nobody else is doing.
We're gonna have the sets in our hands
Right.
in like 2 weeks.
So make sure if you're interested or curious about anything that you've seen here, let us know about it, because that's the only way that you're going to get that. Not a lot of other people focus on BIONICLE whenever they go through these kind of things. Many people
Or
are
that
more
they really
focused
focus on
Lego.
the community or what they
Yeah,
want to see.
right.
Is
So
there something specific that should be taken pictures of?
yeah,
Boom,
and
For example.
do the same thing for if you're interested and if you've seen any other Lego sets, that's come out. We will be covering everything Lego at this. So put it in the comments. Let us know. Put it in the thread on Vessel, or however you want to reach us. Let us know so that we can make a list of stuff that people want to see, what the community wants to see before
Take
we
a
go up.
picture of Umarak's
Because we
back.
have this
Uma
unique
back.
position.
Please.
Does he have the Baruk function?
We will
never know.
try to get like the pictures that people aren't getting, so you can see how stuff is built. That will be a priority for us.
Is it guaranteed that you'll be able to pick them up and touch them?
I
Never
don't
been
know.
to Toy Fair. Nothing's
I
guaranteed.
I've seen some videos from the Brick Show, and from what it looked like, I think so. Or at the very least, it wasn't
Don't mention their name.
in the back. So I think you can, but I don't know. I think it might be different this year. It might have been different that year. I don't know.
Either way, thank
right.
you for saying that.
On that note, just want to remind everyone that still plan on doing a Brick Fair Q&A video
Hey.
at some point. Need more cues. There's a topic
Post
on the
all the
message boards.
cues.
Go ask them.
Yeah, remember, we're going to Brick Fair this year in
Come
August.
there, Brick
so
Fair,
if you guys want to
Virginia.
head over to Brick Fair, Virginia, we're going there. You'll
Yep.
be able
Please
to
be
meet all
there.
of us. Most
Please
of us.
be there,
Most of
guys.
us.
You'll be able
It'll be
to
great.
meet me.
We'll be selling some merch. We'll be doing some great
Be
stuff.
hanging out and having a fun
You'll see
time.
me
It'll be
in
fun.
person.
We always do great
all our
stuff.
stuff is flawless. Okay.
All right, let's not go
Thank you
overboard.
guys very much for listening to TTV 180, the first BIONICLE 2016 Somerset discussion of, I'm sure, many. It's been pretty jam-packed. Leave your thoughts on the sets in the comments section below or on the TTV Message Boards at board.ttvpodcast.com. And as always, remember to check us out on Vessel at vessel.com/TTV channel for 1 week early access to all of our content. Also, audibletrial.com/TTV
Yo.
for a book of your choosing. And, hey guys, how's the website coming along?
Oh, I already decided we're just gonna go
Nice.
ahead and
Okay,
release
then.
the
Shirt's coming soon.
So.
Check them out.
Yep, shirt's coming soon.
So it's coming very soon.
Just finished working on a design with Purple
Awesome.
last night, so that'll be
I
coming
saw
out
that.
soon.
It looks really good. I think you guys
Alright,
are really
the fun
going to
times
enjoy
shall
it.
be here.
Haven't seen it yet.
Shirt design I've really wanted to do
Well,
for a long time.
Thank
so.
you very much for listening to TTV 180. I'm Messina.
I'm Vardaran.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Venom.
I'm Takuma Nuva.
I'm
Stay tuned next week for more exciting BIONICLE 2016 discussion, like maybe a Journey to One release date. Yeah! Goodbye!
Bye.
Goodbye.
Hello.
Quake Face is amazing.
It's me. I've been wondering if after all
You're
these
not
years,
Kahi.